I speak before groups, most people have not heard of Echoing Green, but they certainly have heard of both the ideas and the social change agents that we funded. We're risk capitalists. We give money to innovative, passionate young people who want to change the world, and we give them a little walking around money to see if those ideas are going to gain traction and to see if they can really push change in the fields that they care most about. We figure out the best idea, the best person, how they're going to execute, and what is the alchemy of finding the right person with the right idea who can execute on that idea and who is in that historical moment, that precise moment in time when that idea can take flight and have the potential to change the world. I do look across the table and I'm looking for that high level of passion, and do I intuitively believe that I want to get behind that person? So again, the person really does matter, and passion will cover a multitude of sins. Passion sustains you in this very lonely endeavor of being on the cutting edge and on the front edge of social change. What are the qualities and characteristics of this group that make them particularly effective as social change agents? We found sort of the same sets of qualities and characteristics that really were common across all of them. And we've sort of packaged that group of traits and characteristics into this behavioral model we're calling SEQ, or Social Entrepreneurial Intelligence. There are 8 qualities, 4 of which are very closely linked to this idea of execution. What we find with our social entrepreneurs is they have reached a level of core identity formation and alignment. They are phenomenally focused and have the ability to execute with alacrity. And again, it's not enough just to have the idea. You've got to execute on it. You've got to serve your clientele. You've got to prove that your model of social change is having an impact, and you've got to build on your mission-driven business. So the idea of having a plan, a flexible plan, but a plan nonetheless, really, really critical. And this ability to execute because of focus, because of deep and regular business planning, having the right people on the bus, pressure testing your idea and your process time and time again, critically important trait and skill that we see in some of our most effective social change agents. Being solutions oriented, this notion of being in the business of solving problems rather than being in the business of generating ideas. If you cannot show progress in solving the problem that your organization is in the business to solve, then it is problematic. Asset-based thinking. It is a psychological framework that says as human beings, most of us are deficit-based thinkers. Evolutionarily, it made sense. Lion over there, going to eat me, danger. World is dangerous, so it makes sense for us to survive in the world, to think about the world as scary, as problems, as opposed to opportunities. The notion of asset-based thinking is exhibited throughout our community time and time again. The idea that every problem that the rest of us sees, a social change agent, a social entrepreneur will see an opportunity. That way of walking through the world, that idea of executing against all odds, when everybody else sees problems, you see opportunities, it's been a very powerful force in moving the ideas of our social change agents forward. You know, this notion of being a resource magnet. Our fellows are extraordinarily able in not only drawing money to the causes that they care about, the ideas that they care about, but also garnering human capital, volunteers, champions, supporters, media attention, all the things that are required to execute on an idea and make it happen. But again, this notion of a deep and unshakable obligation to a cause, this is a foundational quality upon which our fellows build day in and day out. Again, they're executing on their ideas, they're executing in their organizations, but when you realize that there are bumpy roads ahead every single day, you're always trying to get around naysayers and those who don't believe in your idea, having that foundational belief in what you're doing and why you are doing it is self-sustaining in such a powerful way. And again, I appreciate your time. Thank you.